Greetings of the day. Today, I have suddenly changed to teach some subject related to computer science. Hereafter, I'll be uploading subjects like school subjects, science or physics or maths, as well as engineering subjects, and I'll be dealing and making some YouTube videos. Kindly cooperate, and the students who are interested in learning the subject can go with the channel. Okay, so today's topic is DBMS, which is related to computer science and engineering subject as well as MCA subject. DBMS means database management system. Database management system. First, you'll know what is meant by database. What is meant by database? Let us see. So database is nothing but collection of organized data. Collection of organized data. So there are two types of databases. One is called as free form database. One is called as structured database. If you go to web, if you open internet, in internet we can see large data. Some people will be looking after film data, some will be looking after news, some will be looking after some subjects, some will be looking after some meanings. So various data is connected in internet. That is called as loose collection of data. Loose collection of data, such as in the web. You can get medical transcription data, you can get analytical data, you can get mathematical data, you can get physics data, you can get any data, but that is not just, it's a collection of data, information about history or something. It is not organized. Now coming to structured database, data is arranged in uniform format. Data is arranged in uniform format. For example, if I take a school, in school we have children, so many children, class. For example, class 5, how many students are there, their roll number, their name, their age. Okay, like this, we have the data, their Aadhaar card number. So in school we have students data, in college we have students data, in bank we have customers ID data. So bank name is, for example, Bank of Baroda or State Bank of India. We have customer ID, customer name, okay, customer ID and customer name in bank. So coming to transaction, this and that, that's all different. So list of persons born in a village, we have database with election board. How many people are there in this village, how many families are living, how many children are living. Bank database. So how many customers are there, their customer IDs, their information, their Aadhaar card, their PAN card, their photo, etc. Medical database. For example, how many people are coming to one hospital, what medicines they are being given, what is their address, what is their mobile number. Okay, some company, in company we have how many employees are there, how many employees, their ID, employee ID, their joining date, their salary, designation, and also their address. For communication, their contact number. Like this, we have various details in a company database. Students based database we have just discussed about students. This is called, one is unstructured data, one is structured data. Now types are operational database. If you perform some operations, for example, in day-to-day life, if you take a college, so how many students are there? Some thousand students are there in the college. So automatically, did they pay the fees or not? Okay. Suppose they pay the fees, we'll write paid there or remove their name from the list. The students have not paid, it will be not in the not paid list, so we can modify the data. Data used by an organization day-to-day life. How many students are admitted at what date? Analytical database is a data which is rarely modified. For example, historical data. In history, who is the king? What did he conquer? About his biography, this and that. We cannot modify it in general. We can only analyze the data. That is called as historical data. Like analytical database, where we can only analyze the data. Operational database, we can perform some operations. We can update the data. We can delete the data. We can modify the data. Hope you are able to understand. So database is nothing but collection of facts about anything. It is not processed. What is the meaning difference between information? Information means data which is meaningful. Data which is processed, which is having some meaning. Example, number of students who got more than 60% marks if you take the students database. So that is nothing but that's an information. So total number of students in a school is a database. Number of students who are getting more than 70% or 80%, that is information about that data. Knowledge means we have to make use this information for making some other database. So there's a difference between database, information and knowledge. Examples of a database, collection of related database. Example, students data. All the students are related to each other. They may be studying in one school or a college. They'll have the roll number, name, marks, percentage and grade. So database application, where do you use this data? Generally data are used in universities, in hospitals, in railways, in banks. So wherever they need a lot of data. So for example, people email ID, people contact number, people address. Okay. In railways, we are doing reservation also, we are doing the PAN number or Aadhaar card number for Tatkal reservation, etc. So database management system. What is DBMS? Database means we have discussed. What is database management system? Means it's a software which is designed to store and manage data. We can store the data in files. We can manage the data means we can modify the data, update the data, delete the data, add to the data. Example, Oracle or Oracle. We'll call it Oracle, Microsoft, SQL Server and MySQL Server and DB2. These are all database management system, that is nothing but softwares like Oracle, Microsoft, SQL Server, MySQL and DB2. Okay. Now what are the advantages of database? So advantage of database means data is always independent. What do you mean by independence means? For example, one data is there in a school, we can modify the data, add some roll numbers, okay, or remove some roll numbers, but we cannot change the code of the data. So how the data is made using some code, we cannot change the code. That means at higher level we cannot modify the data, but we can modify the data at the basic level. That is called data independence. Advantages of this using this software. We are talking about using software. Efficient data access. So we can get back data, modify and update the data. You can get back the data, modify and update the data. Okay. So we can use the data efficiently using the software. That is database management system. Next, data integrity. So we'll get accuracy of data. So whoever will use this data, the data will be accurate. So every person cannot modify the data as he likes. Data consistency. Data is stable across all systems. In one system, if you open the database, you store in one file. If you open the same database in another system, also you'll get the same data. Data is consistent. So multiple users can read and modify the data. Enable concurrent access means multiple users. For example, I am seeing the data about trains in railways from a Andhra Pradesh. One is seeing from Chennai or Mumbai or Delhi, etc. So whoever see will see the data about railways. That means how many birds are there, how many seats are there today. Everyone can read the data. Multiple users ensures data recovery. That means we can get back the data from files and systems where it is stored. We can get back the data from files and systems where it is stored. Enables data security. So we can protect the data from unauthorized access. For example, if you have one bank account and you have our name, your customer ID, and you'll get immediately OTP. That means no other person can see our personal information except for ourselves. That means unauthorized access cannot be done because we'll get OTP to our mobile number. So though he has another mobile number, he cannot get back the data. That means our data is protected. Thank you for today. We'll see in the next class. Thank you one and all.